Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss back of the thigh as we are done with gluteal region. In the continuation of gluteal region, like at the back, you will see few muscles and few other structures, that is the back of the thigh. Okay. So in the back of the thigh, just below the gluteus maximus, we are going to discuss about hamstring muscles. Okay. So let us enlighten, so we will be able to appreciate the hamstring muscles at the end of this lecture. Okay, and also we will try to identify them. So posterior compartment of the thigh, so we have muscles. So the muscles are hamstring muscles. So first muscle we have is the biceps femoris. Then we have the semi-membranosus and semi-tendinosus. Then we have ischial part of adductor magnus. Okay, so the blood supply of this comes from the branches of profunda femoris artery. In yesterday's lecture, when we have done the gluteal region, we have talked about certain perforating branches which are coming at the back of the thigh. Okay, they form certain anastomosis like the cruciate anastomosis. So that is the blood vessels which will be supplying at the back of the thigh. So these things have been elaborated when the femoral artery also was discussed. Now nerve supply, like we have seen yesterday in the gluteal region below piriformis sciatic nerve was seen. The same sciatic nerve will be entering in the thigh region. So now let us see the various muscles here. So if you remember the osteology part, so in the osteology part we have seen from the ischial tuberosity all hamstrings take the origin. Okay. So now let us start with biceps femoris first. So the biceps femoris is coming. It has actually the biceps in the sense it has two heads. One is the medial head and the lateral head. Okay. So or you can also use the word long head and short head of biceps. So the long head, as you can see from this picture, it is coming from ischial tuberosity, and the short head is actually coming from the lateral supracondylar line area. Long head is quite bulky, whereas short head is short in size. Okay. So the biceps femoris, if you observe, it comes and gets inserted into the apex of the head of the fibula bone. Okay. So this everything has been discussed, the origin insertion, when we have done the osteology part. So let us revise. So the long head is coming from ischial tuberosity and short head is coming from the linea aspera. Insertion, it is in like going and getting inserted into the head of the fibula. Now the nerve supply of all hamstrings, it is only sciatic nerve. So sciatic nerve, when you see in the popliteal fossa, it will be dividing into tibial and common peroneal component. So the long head is supplied by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve, and the short head, which is lateral in position, is actually supplied by common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve. The action of biceps femoris, it helps in the flexion of knee joint, okay, and lateral rotation of flex leg, and the long head is helping in the extension of hip. So once you are done with biceps, let us see the semitendinosus. So all hamstring muscles, we know they come from ischial tuberosity. Then insertion is upper part of the medial surface of the shaft of the tibia. Okay, you can see here. That is the semitendinosus. Then uh, like uh, nerve supply is coming from tibial portion of the sciatic nerve. Okay. Um, what is the action of the semitendinosus? It flexes and medially rotates the leg of the knee joint and extends the thigh at the hip joint. So if you remember, at the upper part of the shaft of the tibia, the other two muscles are also taking insertion. I have used the word gyropes when I have discussed my osteology class. If you remember, we have semitendinosus, gracilis, isn't it? And what is the other muscle? Sartorius, coming from three different compartments. Sartorius will be coming from the anterior compartment, gracilis will be coming from the medial compartment, semitendinosus will be coming from the posterior compartment, also called as the hamstring muscles. All three take their insertion in the upper part of the shaft of the tibia, and they are suspending the thigh as though it is a tent. That's how they are called as gyropes. And in between, if you remember, I telling me, like if you remember, we have a bursa which is extending between these three muscular insertions. You call it as anserine bursa. Okay. That is about semitendinosus. Once you are done with semitendinosus, we have semimembranosus. Again, the details of their origin we have discussed when we were doing osteology also. So it is also taking its origin from ischial tuberosity. An insertion of semimembranosus is behind the medial condyle of the tibia. Okay, this one, semimembranosus tendon. So if you see this picture, it is showing one extension at the capsule of knee joint, and this extension is oblique popliteal ligament, which is actually supporting the capsule of the knee joint from behind. Okay, the nerve supply is tibial part of the sciatic nerve. In action, it flexes and medially rotates the leg at knee joint and also extends the thigh at hip. Okay, so if you remember adductor magnus, we have done like medial compartment of the thigh. There also we have discussed this muscle. Now a part of it is also seen behind, because I told you it is hybrid muscle. Okay, where we see it is supplied by two different nerves, isn't it? Medial compartment is supplied by the posterior division of obturator nerve, and hamstring part would be now supplied by the sciatic nerve. Okay, the tibial component. Now coming to the origin, again it is coming from the ischial ramus and ischial tuberosity. Insertion is the adductor tubercle of the medial condyle of the femur. Nerve supply, the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Action, it extends the thigh at the hip joint. Okay. Now the blood supply is coming from the branches of femoral artery, that is nothing but the profunda femoris through its perforating branches which join to form the cruciate anastomosis. Okay. Then so four perforating branches of profunda femoris provides a rich blood supply to this component. Correspondingly, we have vein, that is the profunda femoris vein, which is actually draining the greater part of the blood from the posterior compartment. Now nerve supply, see we have seen all the muscles were supplied by sciatic nerve. We know piriformis is the key muscle below which the sciatic nerve is coming, and it is running between the semimembranosus. See the medial one what you have is this semitendinosus tendon like muscle, below which you have like wider muscle, that is semimembranosus. Laterally we have the biceps femoris. Okay, if you lift these muscles, we will also see adductor magnus. So that means these four muscles we see in the hamstring compartment, nothing but the posterior compartment of the thigh. And the sciatic nerve is running over these muscles, and it is finally bifurcating into two. That is the common peroneal, which is running towards the lateral side, and the tibial nerve, which is running towards the medial side. That's how common peroneal component is supplying the short head of the biceps femoris. Rest all muscles of the posterior compartment of the thigh, they are all supplied by tibial component of the sciatic nerve. Okay, so that's what. Sciatic nerve is a branch of sacral plexus. Sciatic nerve we are going to elaborate much in detail when we do sacral plexus. Okay, so for now whatever is seen in this region, I am just trying to give few points regarding that. So sciatic nerve is a branch of the sacral plexus. So root value is L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, and leaves the gluteal region as it descends in the midline of the thigh, as you can see here. So it is overlapped posteriorly by the adjacent margins of this muscle, that is the biceps femoris, which has been cut. Okay, and it is semimembranosus muscles. It lies in the posterior aspect of adductor magnus. The adductor magnus, you can see the holes like through which the perforating branches will come out, openings. Okay, so in the lower third of the thigh, it ends by dividing into tibial medially and common peroneal laterally. These are the two terminal branches of sciatic nerve. Okay, so apart from that, I would also like to add a short video, as always, just make you understand simultaneously. This is actually taken from Viva Voce of Anatomy YouTube lecture, YouTube dissection video. You can also look for yourself. But anyhow, we will be sharing the videos from our college also very shortly, which will help you to understand more. But simultaneously, I am trying to show you so that you remember better. Okay. Now see here. So this is now yesterday we have done with the gluteal region. So once you reflect the skin of gluteal region, if you just continue the midline incision here, you will be seeing we are just dissecting out the like posterior compartment of the thigh. Okay, nothing but the hamstring compartment. So once you reflect the skin, just below the skin we have the superficial fascia, where lot of fat is still visible over here. Below the like superficial fascia, we have deep fascia, which is closely investing the muscles. Now, when you just look at this picture, we are seeing the gluteus maximus, isn't it? What we have seen in detail yesterday. If you just see the continuation just below the gluteus maximus, the continuation is the posterior compartment of thigh. You can compare it from the other side. So the skin has been reflected. So what are the various muscles we have seen? Now this is the midline. So here we have the medial side and here we have the lateral side. So on the medial side, we have muscles like tendinosus. That means it has like long tendon of insertion. Okay, so this is semitendinosus muscle which is now being lifted. Okay, this is long tendon of insertion it has. Okay, and whole of this muscle is semitendinosus. Okay, semitendinosus is taking its origin along with the long head of biceps, isn't it? Both of them take their origin from ischial tuberosity, isn't it? The gluteus maximus has been reflected, below which you are finding gluteus medius, and this is our sciatic nerve below the piriformis muscle. Okay, then so now below this semitendinosus, you will see there will be semimembranosus. Just look at my arrow. Of course, the one which is being shown now is all semitendinosus only. Okay, long tendon of insertion. Below which you have semimembranosus. This is the semimembranosus. Okay, it's a membranous origin, and this whole muscle, whatever you are seeing, is semimembranosus. Okay, so two muscles we have seen now. One is semitendinosus and the other is semimembranosus. If you observe very carefully, you are also seeing the sciatic nerve, okay, which is coming below piriformis and now entering into the thigh and supplying the hamstring muscles. Okay, so now once semitendinosus and semimembranosus is done, you can just see. They are of course on medial aspect. Okay, see this is our sciatic nerve. You can see the bifurcation also. Okay, concentrate on what I am showing. Okay, this is the tibial and this is medially is the tibial and laterally is the common peroneal, and whatever is being now lifted is the long head of biceps, isn't it? So in common with the semitendinosus, from the ischial tuberosity, it has taken its origin. Okay, that is. So this is long head of biceps which is now being lifted, okay, and which is moving on lateral side. Okay, these muscles will again form boundaries in the popliteal fossa, which will be discussed in next class. Okay, so this is biceps femoris, long head. Okay, if you just lift this muscle here, you are finding few fibers, okay, which are coming from the lateral lip of linea aspera. This will be the short head. So we have long head and we have short head. Okay, so, so long head and short head both will take their insertion. Now see, this is deeper inside. We have adductor magnus. Okay, adductor magnus. So all muscles are shown here now. So semitendinosus, semimembranosus, biceps femoris, long head, short head. If you lift this biceps deeper inside, we will see the adductor magnus. And of course, I told you this is our sciatic nerve, which is coming and supplying all the hamstring muscles. Okay, so tibial component is only supplying all muscles except for the short head of biceps, which is supplied by common peroneal component. Okay, then, so this is all about the thigh region. Okay, so so I hope you understood very clearly what are the various muscles we have. We have like semitendinosus, then we have semimembranosus, biceps, we have short head and long head. Then we also have the adductor magnus. Okay, towards the medial side, this tendon-like muscle is semitendinosus, below which we have semimembranosus. This side on the lateral side, with the sacrum you can make out. This is the medial side and this is the lateral side. Okay, so superficial one with long tendon is semitendinosus, below which we have semimembranosus. Laterally we have biceps femoris. Okay, then below piriformis you see sciatic nerve. You can see this femoral artery which has actually entered into the adductor hiatus. That is the last osteoponeurotic opening of the adductor magnus, which now continues as popliteal artery. Sciatic nerve is now bifurcating into the tibial medially and common peroneal nerve laterally. So that's how you need to understand everything and try to study. Okay, the more you revise and repeat, then only it is possible for you to remember anatomy. Otherwise, anatomy is, of course, very interesting, at the same time very much volatile subject. So keep studying and working hard. Okay, you are in a profession where a lot of hard work and efforts are required. Wish you very all the best. Thank you.